Who is the current chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission? Correct option is C. Justice V. Rama Subramanian. Who was named the Mains Player of the Year at the All India Football Federation Awards in May? Correct option is A. Subhashish Bose. Which of the following types of reproduction results in the highest population growth rate under favorable conditions? Right option is B. Asexual reproduction. What is the theme for World Oceans Day 2025? Correct option is B. Wonder, sustaining what sustains us. Which part of the brain is primarily responsible for thinking, memory, and reasoning? Correct option is D. Cerebrum. Who inaugurated the 69th National School Games in Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh? Right option is A. Pema Khandu. Who became the new director of the Atal Innovation Mission in July 2025? Right option is C. Deepak Bagla. Which statement about gravitational force is correct? Correct option is A. Increases on going down, decreases on going up. Which platforms was launched by the Ministry of Home Affairs on 16th June for disaster management and coordination during emergency situations? Correct option is B. Integrated Control Room for Emergency Response. Which part of the eye is responsible for adjusting the focal length of the lens to focus on objects at different distances? Correct option is C. Ciliary muscles. Vatsalya Yojana is related to which of the following? Right option is B. Child protection and welfare. What is the functional group of alcohols? Correct option is D. Hydroxyl group. Who won the women's race in the April 2025 Paris Marathon? Right option is D. Bedatu Hirpa. Which of the following is not a component of tissue? Correct option is B. Neuron. Which of the following best describes what happens during an oxidation reaction? Correct option is B. A substance loses electrons, increasing its oxidation state. Which surgical procedure in females involves cutting or tying the fallopian tubes to prevent pregnancy, making it the female equivalent of a vasectomy? Right option is C. Tubal ligation. What is the chemical formula of fullerene? Correct option is A. C60. How does the concentration of H+ ions affect the nature of a solution? Correct option is C. A higher concentration of H+ ions makes the solution more acidic. Which of the following is a non-metallic diatomic substance? Correct option is C. Oxygen. Who won the 2025 International Booker Prize for a Kannada short story Heart Lamp? Correct option is B. Banu Mushtaq. To bring a body to rest, the applied impulse must be equal to which quantity? Right option is D. Momentum. Which operation did India launch in response to the Pahalgam attack in April 2025? Correct option is C. Operation Sindoor. DNA is primarily composed of which building blocks? Right option is A. Nucleotides. What is the theme for National Doctors Day 2025? Right option is C. Behind the mask, who heals the healers? Who became the president of South Korea in June 2025? Correct option is C. Lee Jae-myung. Where is the nucleus located within a neuron? Correct option is C. In the soma or cell body. In January 2025, who was awarded the Arjuna Award in Athletics for outstanding performance? Correct option is B. Jyoti Yaraji. Which of the following best describes the image formed by a concave lens? Correct option is D. Virtual, erect and diminished. How many Kirti Chakra Awards were announced in total during the year 2025? Correct option is A. 6. Buoyant force does not depend on which of the following? Correct option is D. Matter density. In February, which denomination banknote did RBI announce would be issued with Governor Sanjay Malhotra's signature? Correct option is B. 50 rupees. What is the general effect on the density of a substance when its temperature increases? Correct option is B. Density decreases. When lead nitrate is mixed with potassium iodide, which precipitate is formed? Correct option is D. Yellow lead iodide. Which of the following compounds can be used as a fuel? Correct option is C. Ethanol. In May, which Indian woman athlete broke her own national record in the 3,000-meter steeplechase at the Asian Athletics Championships in Gumi and the Doha Diamond League? Right option is C. Parul Chaudhary. Which organ is mainly affected in male sterilization or vasectomy? Right option is D. Vas deferens. Which of the following statements about metals is correct? Correct option is A. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. What is the main characteristic of a homogeneous solution? Correct option is C. It has a uniform composition throughout. Where was the NATO Summit 2025 held on 24 to 25 June? Correct option is B. Netherlands. Whom did Jannik Sinner defeat in the Australian Open 2025 men's singles final? Right option is D. Alexander Zverev. What is the chemical formula of baking soda? Correct option is B. Sodium bicarbonate. In March 2025, India launched Operation Brahma in response to which event? Correct option is B. A devastating earthquake in Myanmar. How much monthly OPA was approved by the Sports Ministry for senior men's and women's hockey players in the national camp in June? Correct option is C. 25,000 rupees. Which disease is caused by the excess secretion of growth hormone in adults? Right option is A. Acromegaly. Where is Yala Glacier located, which is recently declared Asia's first dead glacier? Right option is D. Nepal. What is the nature of the image formed by a convex mirror? Correct option is C. Virtual, erect and diminished. In August 2025, who announced India's indigenous fifth-generation stealth fighter jet AMCA? Correct option is C. Rajnath Singh. When was the Indus Waters Treaty signed between India and Pakistan? Correct option is B. On 19 September 1960. What is the name of the high-resolution weather forecasting system launched by India in May 2025? Correct option is C. Bharat Forecast System. If the mass of the moon is doubled, what will happen to the gravitational force between the Earth and the moon? Correct option is D. It will be doubled. Which type of reproduction requires both male and female gametes? Correct option is D. Sexual reproduction. Where was the Securing Our Future Summit held on 2nd March? Right option is C. London. Which organization uses the motto to not be greedy for anyone's wealth? Right option is B. Lokpal of India. Who was named Sportswoman of the Year at the Laureus World Sports Awards 2025? Right option is A. Simone Biles. Which of the following does not show the Tyndall effect? Correct option is A. Calcium carbonate solution. Which scheme was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in September to provide loans at affordable rates in Bihar? Correct option is D. Jivika Nidhi Credit Cooperative Society. When an object moves on a circular path with constant speed, what is this type of motion called? Right option is D. Uniform circular motion. What position did Neeraj Chopra secure at the Doha Diamond League 2025? Correct option is B, second. What is the molecular mass of glucose? Correct option is A, 180 gmol. Which of the following was the theme for International Anti-Corruption Day 2024? Right option is C, Uniting with Youth Against Corruption, Shaping Tomorrow's Integrity. If the mass of a body remains constant and its velocity is increased to 4 times its initial value, what will happen to its kinetic energy? Correct option is A, it will increase by 16 times. Who has recently introduced the validated UPI handle system to prevent fraud against investors in the securities market? Correct option is D, Securities and Exchange Board of India. What is the full form of GHCL? Right option is C, Green Hydrogen Certification Linkage. Who presented the Economic Survey 2024-25 in India? Right option is B, Nirmala Sitharaman. If a vehicle is moving at 50 km per hour and needs to be stopped immediately, which vehicle's brakes will work faster? Right option is B, bicycle. Roasting is mainly carried out for which type of ores? Correct option is D, sulfide ores.